Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to another episode of Hades 1. This is our mirror setup for the day. Today we are going to be taking the aspect of Zeus on the shield yet again. And I'm going to try and go a Demeter build around it this time. So we're going to take her keepsake. We're going to go for a 20 heat run, 1 level of lasting consequences, maxing out jury summons, 3 levels of extreme measures, maxing out benefits package, middle management, 2 levels of damage control because the Blitz Disc pops those shields pretty quickly, and then 1 level of tight deadline.
Bye, everyone.
I swear, I am going to see Demeter's legendary this run because she refuses to give it to me so consistently. We're gonna get it this time, I swear.
I hope that you're aware how seldomly I give my blessing as of late, young Zagreus.
Are you implying that I don't choose you that often? Because yes, that is accurate. So I think what we'll do is we'll take her special. It'll give us 60% more damage on the Blitz Disc, which honestly, rapid hitting fixed damage boons are probably better overall on the Blitz Disc, but the Blitz Disc's base damage and rate of fire or rate of hitting is honestly so decent that I feel like pretty much you can't go wrong with whatever boon you take on it, except for maybe, I could make an argument for maybe Doom with Ares. But even then, I mean, the way Ares works, if you get, what is it, dire misfortune, so the more times you try to apply Doom to an enemy, the more damage that Doom does, I think that would work really well with the Blitz Disc. So even then, like, it may not be amazing, but the early game damage on Doom is nothing to laugh at. It's pretty solid. So I think overall, like, the Blitz Disc has a very consistent, like, I think it's strong early, I think it's even stronger late. It's probably up there with Hera in terms of just consistently good weapon.
Give me something.
Let's see, coin or definitely going to take Artemis. Artemis sounds great. We can possibly set up for Crystal Clarity and Glacial Glare to stack up chilled debuff on enemies faster. And again, my build is going to try and be centered around Arctic Burst, I believe is the boon. The one that makes you deal damage if you get 10 stacks of chilled on an enemy, comboed with Demeter's Legendary and Freezing Chill, or Freezing Kill, whatever the damage over time effect that she has on enemies who have been, if all enemies in the room are chill afflicted. I think that could work for a fairly solid build. That's my plan. We'll see how it plays out, because last time we had a plan and I might have messed up which boons I was supposed to take. There's a lot of explosions.
Good luck out there this time. I tell you may your aim be true, but I can guarantee it actually.
I feel like she's actually told us that before, not this line specifically, but the may your aim be true comment. All right, so we will take her attack. That will set us up nicely for her duo and set us up for some crit chance boons down the road. Is there any reason I want a different attack? No, I think I'm good with this. So let's take that. And there's Athena to be our third god, which is much less appealing. Athena is great for defense, but a lot of my gimmick builds really don't benefit from having her, honestly. So I'm often disappointed. I feel like I have had many moments of, oh, it's Athena, great. In recent runs, which is unfortunate because I really do like, I think until I played Hades, just based on what I understand about Greek mythology, Artemis and Athena were my favorite gods. Goddess of the hunt and aspect of the moon, and goddess of wisdom.
I cannot glean the details of your predicament right now, cousin, though maybe this shall help.
I don't know why, like, I don't really have a good reason for why they were my favorite. I thought Apollo was really cool as well. I named one of my stuffed animals after Apollo when I was a kid. Let's see what I can stand to gain. So we have Athena, Artemis, and Demeter already. Who's going to be our fourth god, and what could I stand to gain from them? Since we're going to be building around Demeter, let's look at Demeter's duos first, because she doesn't really have that many great duos that aren't on the cast. Could go for Mirage Shot with Poseidon, I guess. Not going that. Yeah, she doesn't really have many duos I'd be hunting for, frankly. So I'd probably just take whatever fourth god is thrown at us, frankly. Okay, so with that in mind, why don't I just take her dash for safety purposes? That'll keep us alive better, and it doesn't lock up the cast. And her aid I don't think I'll need on this run, so I'd rather have a DPS kind of call if I can use it. You're probably going to notice in this episode that my throat is maybe a little bit dry and dying. I might have recorded for 2 hours prior to this episode. Granted, I did take a break to eat something, so my stomach at least isn't screaming at me for a change. I seem to, first thing in the morning I do is usually go to the bathroom and then record. And so I don't usually eat until after I'm done with recording. So by the end of a run, I am usually very hungry. All right, nothing here I want. I think I'll probably take the shop here. Best case scenario, I get a special boon or a palm on the special. Worst case scenario, we see one of the 3 gods we've already got. Or we lock in Aphrodite here. Aphrodite, what do you offer? I don't want her duo with Demeter, but if we take a core Aphrodite boon, she could Demeter us. I guess at this point, it's really who would I want on the column? That's probably either more... I don't feel like I really want a 4th god, frankly. I guess I'll just take Aphrodite.
Just what I need.
I don't want her cast. Life Affirmation would be nice for survivability, but we don't really need it, so I'll just take Wave of Despair. After you take damage, damage foes around you and inflict weak. I know it's kind of the worst option, but oh well.
Kiron, unrelated to anything whatsoever, I just wanted to say I'm very grateful to have your support. You've always done your own thing. I never get to see you at the house, but I know you care an awful lot. So cheers.
Oh, geez. Thanks, Zagreus. Do you imagine if Charon had like a really non-serious voice?
Free money. Whoops.
Speaking of non-serious, probably should have taken that more seriously. You know, if I had seen that Poseidon was the next offered god, I probably would have skipped Aphrodite for Poseidon, frankly. Because we could have gotten Sunken Treasure, we could have gotten Mirage Shot, would have been nice, I suppose, since we're going maybe a cast kind of build anyway. But we proved in the previous episode that Charon is not a threat against the Blitz Disc, and if he's going to be slowed to infinity, even more so, I imagine. Just try and keep that disc on him, chucking in damage where possible. I'm kind of surprised I didn't take damage there, but I'm also very happy that I didn't. Charon hits like a boat or a truck. For all I just sit here and block attacks while he sits in our Blitz Disc like this. I should probably actually wail on him a little bit with our attacks. We're not doing that much damage with the special alone, unfortunately. He's so slow that he turns around after I've already repositioned. What you gonna do at me, mate? You can deal with that just fine, and we'll get some backstabs on you, and you're probably gonna go swinging. We're gonna bail out. So the thing about the Bull Rush is you really can use it as a very effective defensive tool. Aaron wants to come charging at me, I just dash right through him. Like that. And then because I have the rest of my dashes still, I basically have a 3rd dash. It's kind of similar to the Achilles Spear and how you can use it defensively as well as offensively. I'm definitely recognizing that the Demeter special on this alone is not going to carry us in terms of DPS though, so I've got to be mindful of that. Oh, I didn't see that. What hit me? I didn't actually see what hit me there. Oopsie. There we go. All right, Charon beat. Or no, sorry. Phase 2 Charon. We'll just instant face him with both. Oh, I might have done that a little early. Oh, thank goodness I wasn't early. Oh, wow. Wow, he's got a swing on that. Unfortunate. That was avoidable. Almost got him. Probably finish him on this swing here. Or not. Okay, a little sketchy. There we go. Okay, we're good.
Nice fighting to the death with you.
All right, definitely got clipped a little bit more than I would have liked to admit. Oh, no Death Defiance lost. And honestly, even if we lost one, I don't think I'm losing many more after this.
Uh-oh.
What god is going to show up in this room? I'm curious. Hopefully it's Artemis, I think. Or honestly, Demeter would probably be the one we want the most. A high tier Killing Freeze or any of the Arctic, whatever makes our chilled stacks explode on enemies would be pretty good too at this point, I think. But you can see we stack up chilled extremely quickly with this build, so I think it'll work fairly well in our advantage. Oh, great, it's Athena. Literally the one I wanted the least. Oh well. I guess we'll just take Holy Shield and move on with our lives. That's lame. I think that we've got a theme for this run happening where it's going to be, oh, I hope it's this god, or this god, or this god, and it's Athena. Like literally any of the 3 gods I want versus Athena. I'm sorry, Athena. Like, you're a wonderful puppy. I know many great dogs and maybe one cat named Athena. You know, that's an interesting observation. I've met many a number of dogs and cats in my life. Greek god names seem to be way more common for dogs than for cats, which I find amusing because based on how Greek gods are portrayed, I would definitely think more them having more cat-like personalities. Demeter, Artemis, Trial will gladly take. Between the two, Artemis is objectively easier to deal with, I think, but Demeter isn't that hard to deal with either. me see. Can I see my boons? Thank you. So, rare crop hitting the special would be pretty nice, so I think I'll take this first.
I'm grateful, Zagreus.
Assuming we can get it, which we don't. So I could take Ravenous Will. That will set us up for potentially seeing... that'll be one of the 2 core boons we need from Demeter to get her duo, but we need at least 2 of these. Arctic Blast we want anyway for our build, so that's fine. We're going to take that anyway. So maybe I take Ravenous Will instead of Crystal Beam. Yeah, let's... Or, I mean, this would let us set up for Crystal Clarity. I think for now I'm going to take Ravenous Will. It gives us survivability, it sets us up for her legendary, and that's my main goal, see her legendary.
Kind of pushover to you, Zagreus? Is that what you think?
Most certainly not, Artemis. You are anything but a pushover.
Had to do it.
Except in your trial, which is probably one of the easier god trials to deal with, in my opinion. So I guess maybe it is. I'm sorry, Artemis. I'm so sorry. I love you. Platonically, not interested in romance. Although I do appreciate your fangirling over us and our bows. Oh my goodness, these damage control spamming crystals. Oh, this is rough. Thankfully, we do have a very good form of rapid hitting damage, but this is kind of obnoxious. Just try and take out what I can. I can push them away sort of with my bull rush, so I can use that to space them out a little bit better. Cool, got that with the cast just in time. Here we go. All right, not a terrible trial. Definitely took a lot of damage.
So you survived. So what? Here, why not take a boon and then be off?
She's so mad. All right. Artemis isn't being very kind to us with her boons either. We've already got a core boon. I probably re-rolled for one of her prerequisites to her legendary at this point.
Something else.
Let's see. Or we get Hunter's Mark. Or an epic tier support fire. So I don't know if support fire works with every activation of the special or only the first and last press of the button. But it sounds like fun. It's a prerequisite to her legendary, so it's worth considering, but Hunter's Mark is objectively better. I still think I take Support Fire. It's a bad decision, but it's a fun decision, and we'll go for this because the HP would do as well.
Trespasser.
That's me, Zagreus, the Trespasser. Not a fan of all these enemies spawning in with so many damage control shields, but I guess that's my own fault. I did pick it on the Pact of Punishment.
Who else?
Maybe I should actually be trying to deal some damage on top of just depending on my special here now that I think about it. Jury Summons makes it a lot harder to fully benefit from Infernal Troves, unfortunately. Enemies that like to run away and hide in corners also make it a lot harder to do that.
Back to the lowest depths with them.
This can't be happening.
Well, we gain a net positive on our HP. We are looking a little dicey on our
Great price.
deadline, so I should be mindful of that.
Cat?
Palm would be decent. Hammer is okay. It doesn't do hammers aren't like critical on a
I'm authorized.
Blitz disc build, so I think I'm gonna go the Erebus bait because worst case scenario we get a red onion, which gives us a little bit of codex completion.
Let's see you avoid this.
And I think this is probably the last room before the floor boss, so should be good. Need to remember that I can very comfortably avoid most forms of damage through the power of just holding the bull rush. Damage control shield spawning casters are not always the best situation for me, but so far so good. Gotten out relatively unscathed so far, but it only takes one hit to fail another Erebus gate, so all bets are off. We'll see how this ends. Wretches are easy enough to deal with. They're big and bulky, and their attacks are slow and predictable. And it looks like they're the last couple enemies, so I think we've got them. Oh, more spawning in. That's fine. Here we go. Cool. No damage. Let's toss it on the special for a nice 41% extra damage. Love it. Love to see that. And then shop, palm, or HP. We go for the shop and hope that Athena doesn't show up again, because Athena keeps showing up, and we do not want Athena. We don't want Aphrodite either, though, so I guess I just can't be happy with my life.
Should come in useful.
All right, another 12 damage percent on the special. Sounds good, and we'll buy the Aphrodite boon. It's fine. We'll take out Life Affirmation here. That'll give us some survivability for later, I guess. I have the coin. I'm going to buy the Darkness, too.
Mine now.
All right. Let's see what the Fury Sisters have for us today. It is a Electo fight. Yay.
Red blood. just like pain or something, don't you there, Red Blood?
Yeah, probably. I mean, we are in a relationship with Megan. It's very clear how that relationship is kind of doing things.
She's powering up.
One thing that I like to point out when you're fighting Electo is that you can kind of kite her through your Blitz Disc when she starts chasing you while spinning. It's actually really funny. Actually, with her so slow, we can probably just kite her around with the Blitz Disc entirely.
She's psyching up.
Alright, oh, I might have done that a little early again. Nope, we're good, we're good. Sisyphus. Sisyphus, why would you aim for the non-boss enemy there? Come on, Boldy. I guess you knew I didn't need you to get the kill for me. I respect that. Thanks for your trust in me, Boldy and Sisyphus. I guess. I don't know, man.
She won't like this.
Ooh, 12 seconds left on that tight deadline. Not a great look. But you know what? That's why I only take level 9 tight deadline, because I want to do silly builds. I want to do gimmick builds. I want to go suboptimal builds. And this way I don't have to get pressured into taking things I don't want. We'll take another Artemis Keeps. We'll take the Artemis Keepsake and force Artemis to show up. And we'll take the Light of Ixion, because that'll give us a Chaos Gate that could give us something nice. I don't need Holy Shield, so I'm going to sell that. I don't really need Divine Dash either, frankly, so I'm going to probably sell that. Yeah, let's sell both of those for the coin they're worth. And that way, if we do get palms, they're going on things that I want them on rather than not.
My boons.
All right, on to the next floor.
Broke out of Tartarus.
In the meantime, anything fun to talk about today? Well, I mean, if you saw the last episode, which was a completely scuffed sword run that I somehow pulled out, just because I think, honestly, because Patroclus saved my butt with the triple Kiss of Sticks life-saving measures.
Fears these days the never-ending cycle of rebirth and death for you, a son of Hades. Sufficiently amusing, I should hope.
So I guess the big conversation is, ooh, I have a lot of coin. I think Pauper's Favor is great here. 14% increased rarity on boons, for no coin for the next 3 rooms. I think that's very much worth it because we have enough coin I can easily afford stuff in the mid shop right now. Hermes or a Palm. We've got a lot of Palms on the special. I think Hermes matters more. Maybe we can set ourselves up for a greater haste rush delivery combo like we always want. Anyway, so if you were watching the last episode, aside from knowing that that run was completely scuffed, you also know that my parents' visit got canceled, although it sounds like we might just try to reschedule it to a day later. It's entirely dependent on the weather. I don't have high hopes. In this area, the weather is constantly a force of nature. Well, when is the weather not a force of nature, frankly? But it's unlikely that the weather is going to be fully cooperative for us. So my parents either have to risk driving in the terrible weather, or we just accept that we're not going to see each other for another month, probably, because the rest of our February is fairly stacked, if you will. Between Kiwi and I, we have a lot of plans that we need to hold on to. That's fine. We'll manage, all right. So let me actually confirm. Does support fire activate every time it hits, or only when I cast out the Blitz Disc? Let's see in the next room, I guess.
So now you found me out, haven't you, cuz? Heard from the big boatman himself? Well, good. We're pleased to be of service, and we've got a lot of dirt on you. So you be sure to keep our secrets too.
I wonder what secrets he's threatening us with. Do I re-roll once here, or do I take the greatest reflex? I think I'll re-roll once and see what we get.
I would like none of these.
All right, nothing really that exciting, so I guess I'll take the extra dash because that is survivability at its base. Right. There's a mid shop, there's a heart. Is that an infernal trove? It is. For darkness, I'll take it, sure.
Consider this a warning.
All right, where are they going to spawn? Right there, perfect. Just trying to get them to spawn directly into the Blitz Disc so we get the damage out as soon as they spawn in. The way you play Blitz Disc is basically you just want to constantly have the main hitbox of your special out at all times. And if you're not hitting anything, make sure you remember to retract it. These guys are just dashing away, which isn't ideal, and that's probably the hardest counter to the aspect of Zeus, is that enemies that are mobile, like very mobile, are hard to keep in the Blitz Disc. That said, we are running a Demeter build, so they are slowed substantially, and that makes it easier for them to stay in it. But the damage isn't amazing, so they're not going to die instantly, like if we were running a Zeus build, for example. And all right, there's Athena. Okay, there's Artemis. Cool. So let's take the Palm first and get this on whatever we can.
All in one place, mate.
All right, another 9% extra damage on the special. Sounds great. Athena. I think I just saved my coin because otherwise I'm just going to sell you anyway. We'll buy the darkness. That's more valuable to me. And then we'll go ahead and take this Artemis boon. No matter what she gives, we're either setting up for more crit chance or we're setting up for her legendary, which will give us more casts. Which hopefully we will see a Demeter glacial, what is it, crystal beam soon enough. Although at the rate that we're going, we will not see enough Demeter boons to be able to get everything that we want, sadly. I think I was able to push that into the explosion. I'm not convinced I was, but I thought I saw 500. We really are like in dire need of some Demeter tier 2 boons and we're not getting anything, which is unfortunate because our damage is a little lackluster at this stage, I think. I'd probably just go ahead and pop Boldy here and one-shot this creature. Here we go. Easy peasy. I don't really need, like, depending on the run, Boldy can be a good defensive tool for keeping me alive, but most of the time it's just remembering to use him so that I get the darkness and the coin that can benefit the run, and more so the darkness just for the meta progression it offers. Alright. It does look like each hit of the Blitz Disc does trigger a special. Yeah, it does. It does. So, okay, that's really cool. That means I can fire off a lot of support fire with Blitz Disc. That's nice. It's still really crappy damage, but it's damage. All right, these aren't any of the boons we want from Artemis, so let's see if we can reroll for either... What do we need? We need either exit wounds, which we can't use with this build, so it'll have to be pressure points, which we want anyway, so I'll gladly reroll for pressure points here.
How about a different set of choices?
And we got it. Cool. Okay, so now we can get Artemis's legendary. Granted, that legendary is useless if we don't get some Demeter, Demeter's cast first, but there's a decent chance. We're still early enough in the run that there's at least a reasonable chance. The boons we want from Demeter are going to be her duo with Artemis. For that, we need her cast. Ideally, we get Glacial Glare on top of that. We want Demeter's legendary. We want her Killing Freeze, and we want her Arctic Burst. So that's a lot of boons to expect from Demeter in one run. And the odds of us finding all of them are likely not going to happen, but one can dream. One can absolutely dream.
Who dies next?
If nothing else, we've got fairly decent damage because the Blitz Disc scales fairly well. And we've gotten, what, we're at 5 levels on the palms at this point. So yeah, we're pretty good. Critting on our attack isn't going to be the core of our damage, but it certainly adds up. It certainly adds up. And support fire does a little extra chip damage there and there. Alright, Eurydice or Hermes at this point? I think, honestly, Eurydice offers more to this run, because we can up our boon rarity, see some duos off of that, or get some good, like, base tier boons upgraded.
Come in.
I mean, of the boons we have, there are a number that I would rather not get hit by.
I'd ask you to bring one of these to Orpheus, but they're no good unless they're perfectly fresh.
Yeah, I don't think Ambrosia Delight will do much for us here, because there are too many things that could hit that I don't want it to hit, so we'll take Refreshing Nectar, up the chance we see a good god boon from Artemis.
Cheers.
Artemis or Demeter at this point. And it is... Of course it's you. Great. Alright, maybe I should just take these boons so that I lock in core boons so that the other gods don't try and take them. Alright, we'll take Passion Dash. Now we have a reliable way of getting status privilege going, so that's not the end of the world either. I don't think I need HP for Lernie here. Yeah, we only have a max of 105 HP, but even with that I think we're fine. I can block most of the damage.
Not really in a talking mood this time, Lernie.
So toss out our cast, toss out our Blitz Disc, dash away or dash in to get status privilege going, and now we just have enhanced damage by 40%, which you gotta love. It honestly feels like status privilege is so overpowered in a lot of instances, but I do think there are moments where it's kind of useless, especially if you're going, say, a Zeus and Poseidon run early, or if you're building around Artemis. Hunter's Mark is not a reliable way to use status privilege, since you get one hit and then it's gone, right? You crit and then Hunter's Mark has moved on to the next target, effectively. But similarly, Ares' Doom, unless you have like dire or impending doom on his doom effects, it just feels like there's too many. It's not reliable enough because you depend on tier 2 boons to make it work. But it becomes a late game monster once you have a reliable sources of curses. Then it's whatever. It's gonna do work. It's gonna absolutely wreck face even. But building up, I guess. Family favorite is the more consistent, which is probably why it's used more regularly in speedruns. Whereas status privilege is better for late game and seeing the biggest numbers, I would say. because the amount of damage that status privilege gives is a whole 15% greater than the maximum that you'll likely see with family favorite. Unless you are like taking multiple keepsakes just to get extra gods for that 5% extra damage, which just seems wholly unnecessary and kind of inefficient, because you're diluting the god pool for boons that you most likely want more. Because most of the time, like, there is a point where your build is full and you've got everything you could possibly want on that build. You don't need to go hunting for anything else. But that's not often the case. Or wait, what am I trying to say? I lost my track of thought. Or I lost track of my thought there.
Good, no more heads.
One fish though, please.
It's you or me, fishies.
It would be fun if in this chamber you could catch like a fake Lurny head. Like a little tiny Lurny. You're like, put him in the house in the fish tank.
I caught one.
And just observe him at all times. Anyway, I don't know, I don't think there's really ever a reason, unless you're going for a very specific gimmick in mind and are so committed to it that you're willing to dilute your god pool further.
They're already expecting you up in Elysium.
I don't know what god I take here, frankly, Kiwi. I think I probably... Do I just go Palm Blossom for more levels, or do I go Coin Purse? Or are we on Coin? I guess, yeah, let me take Coin Purse. That'll give us an extra 150 coin that we can use to buy some fun things, like a Light of Ixion, for example.
Giving up.
I can sell Wave of Despair. That's a whole lot of coin. Maybe I didn't need it after all. I think I will keep Passion Dash. Yeah, it might eat some Palm levels, but it also locks up a slot that Artemis or Demeter might try to give us, which I don't want. Although I guess Mistral Dash wouldn't be terrible. It's another way to apply Chilled. I'm going to sneeze. My apologies.
Everything's so green.
I've been saying this a lot for the last couple episodes, but we've been cleaning so much for my parents. There's dust elevated into the air everywhere, and we both Kiwi and I have been very snot-nosed lately.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, what have you got? Special does 64% more damage. Cast does more damage. Honestly, that 64% special damage on the Blitz Disc doesn't sound bad. Our total life is reduced for 3 rooms by 30 HP, but that's not that bad. We can manage that. And then there's another Artemis boon. We've said we need a lot of Artemis boons, so I think we'll go ahead and take her. Hermes doesn't actually do that much for me right now, admittedly. Oh good, damage control spamming Elysium guards. I love it. Oh, was I really that low on HP? Oh right. Chaos Gate plus minus 30 HP. That makes sense. Okay, you know what? I forgive that. Oh my goodness, they are very flashy with those damage control shields getting popped. I will acknowledge that with armored enemies, we are certainly lacking damage against them. But that's fine. Because Demeter's going to show up and give us her legendary, right? This is going to be the run. This is the run where Demeter finally acknowledges that she has a legendary boon, and one that she's willing to part with, for our sake. Because otherwise, Demeter's legendary is just a myth. I swear, it is just a myth. Alright, we're just going to sit here and let the Blitz Disc do some work, and almost dash into that arrow and probably lose another Death Defiance. We only have 40 HP. That's not good. I still think we are more than fine. Yes, we're down a Death Defiance, but realistically speaking, I don't think we need that many of them.
Lady Artemis.
Alright, Artemis. Hunter's Mark is nice, but could I maybe set up for your legendary? I think we have what we need for it, right? I will take Hunter's Mark because that's more damage for us than anything else. Her legendary is cool, but it's only cool if we get Demeter's cast to benefit from it. Right, what are our next couple rooms? Let's see. Oh, Patroclus already, huh? Or a mid shop. Like I said, I don't think I really need a Death Defiance refunded, so I'm going to actually play it kind of risky. We'll take the damage here for coin, we'll buy the Yarn of Ariadne, and we'll go into the shop and see who shows up. Could it be Demeter? How much do you want to bet? It's Artemis. I didn't mean to say Artemis, but if you bet it was Artemis, you were right.
I'll take this one.
Artrend, okay. I'll take that 150% more damage on crit. Why not? We'll take the HP here, and we will buy the hammer as well. I'm happy with the hammer here. Bull Rush charges up faster. Dash Strike does more damage in a larger area. Your Bull Rush does damage to armor. I'll take Dashing Wall up, because I am using my Dash Strike a little bit, and that bigger AoE makes it nicer. Plus, if we crit 50% extra damage on a crit, doesn't sound bad to me.
I'm the one to challenge you this time, short one.
Is that how that works? I don't think we've ever intentionally challenged you with the Asterius. At least Zagreus hasn't. I probably have gone full force into you. Because he's so slow, I can very reliably do a turnaround. I can charge up my Bull Rush and block his damage fairly reliably. I am appreciative of the fact that the Support Fire does activate every hit. He's probably going to do his Bull Rush here, so I got to be ready for it. Yep. I don't know why I knew that, but it seems like it has some sort of cooldown that I've kind of internalized, and Kiwi, you know full well, I have an impressive ability to internalize cooldowns. Unfortunately, he moves so slow because of the Blitz Disc, because of Demeter's chilled effects. Oops, I did not need to take that hit. I'm gonna pop a Sisyphus here for the HP it gives, because I might actually die otherwise. Can I kite you through that? Yep, I can. I love that I could use the things that Boldy drops defensively like that. It's so helpful. Oh, I am lucky that blocked. It looked like he landed behind me there. He is so very slow. I really wish we had Arctic Burst, because that would be so much damage for us. Oh my goodness, what was that? What was that pathing? His AI got really confused for a second, I think. Alright. We'll just try and kite him through the Blitz Disc a little bit here. But he moves so slow, there's no winning it. Alright, he should stop right about there. No, never mind.
Good.
Dashing in front of his attack pattern is probably not the way to do this. But I can bail. I have so much leeway with how far I can dash away, or how much time I have to dash away before he gets his attack off because of how slow he is. Like, that's the one nice thing about not having Arctic Burst charged up yet, or not having the boost yet, is I can very reliably keep enemies at maximum slow. There we go. A mockery of the bull made.
Well fought, Asterius.
Yeah, GG no re.
Olympus, I accept this message.
See what we got. Oh, fully loaded indeed. I guess I will take that since it's on offer here. Still don't have anything to benefit from it. I might just take whatever cast is offered to me, but I would really like it to be Demeter's if it could be. I just maybe don't prioritize it over trying to get her legendary. I genuinely don't understand why her legendary has been so hard to find on these runs, though. Like, I understand you need 2 tier 2s that are very specific to her, so you effectively need 3 boons plus a core boon plus her tier 2 boons, and then on top of that you need her what's it called, and then you need her to show up a 4th time. So maybe it's just the amount of times she needs to show up in a run that makes it difficult, but I feel like it's just I get her and then she still doesn't offer it to me no matter how many times I reroll or how much boon rarity I've stacked, unfortunately. That's my perception of it. Whether that's a realistic a reality or not, I couldn't tell you, but it certainly feels that way, and it does not feel great, let me tell you that. If nothing else, we are playing a very safe and relatively strong weapon. Yeah, we're not going to scale amazingly well with a percent-based boon instead of a fixed-based boon like a Zeus boon on the special. Or honestly, like, I wish Poseidon's... I wish you could do a Poseidon special boon, but it wouldn't work. Or at least it doesn't sound like it would work when I theory craft the idea, because think about it. Poseidon's boons are all about pushing enemies away, just casually critting for a 1780. I don't even know what hit there that did that. Probably the bomb crit, honestly. Can bombs crit like that? I don't know. I see you trying to respawn. You don't get that. You don't get to do that. Anyway, what was I trying to say? So, the... Poseidon's boons are all about knocking enemies away, so the Blitz Disc would constantly knock enemies away. It just seems like an anti-synergy to the Blitz Disc. Maybe there's a way to make it work, but like I don't think it would work well enough. So I've never tried it, or maybe I've tried it once. I remember having some sort of anti-synergy with the Blitz Disc. I just can't remember what it was. Maybe I should go that just for a funny gimmick run.
Has evolved.
Okay, here's another trial. You can't get duos in this room, but it would fill up some slots. And who knows, maybe we end up getting Aphrodite's legendary before we see Demeter's. This is probably going to cost me a Death Defiance, though. Between these two gods, Artemis is... Yeah, actually, Aphrodite's pretty easy to deal with the shield.
Look at whom I found, all by his lonely self.
Alright, what have you got? Literally nothing of value. I don't know what I expected to get from her. We already have our crit chance on, or our Heartrend boon. I guess Sweet Surrender would be decent. We still have Passion Dash. I'll take, you know what, I'll take Empty Inside. That'll make it last 5 seconds longer, which is pretty easy to keep status privilege going that way.
Good. Just when I had almost forgotten what an arrow to the back felt like.
Poor Artemis, we've betrayed her twice this run. Feels kind of bad. Just a little bit bad. Honestly, probably would have had an easier time dealing with Aphrodite because I can shield her hard strike. Alright, we're at about half health. Thankfully, the Chaos Boon popped, which means we have a we got 30 HP. We basically just healed for 30 HP. Even that isn't exactly how it played out, it feels that way. That said, I can certainly still take unnecessary damage. There's no stopping me from hurting myself. That guy's gotta respawn if I'm not careful. There we go. Okay, cool. Just toss that out and try and keep him in it. Couldn't keep him in it. Oh well. Like, all these crits are adding up, I will say that. You know, I was definitely talking about something before I got distracted by Hades, but I mean, that's the nature of these runs. Oh well. As long as there is commentary, that's all Kiwi kind of enjoys. Sometimes the commentary is funny, sometimes it's just noise, and sometimes noise is all it needs to be since it's to help her fall asleep. If there's one thing I have proven throughout our relationship, Kiwi, it is I am good at making noise for you. Maybe a little too much noise, even. But that's a little bit too much self-reflection for one episode, so that's all we're gonna have today. Alright, come on, Artemis, give me something I don't know what.
Fine. I'm not angry anymore. Not really, anyway. But you just watch yourself with me. You got it?
I got it. Alright, let's see. Clean kill, your crits deal even more damage, your cast... I'll take clean kill, I think. Although, honestly, recall would be pretty funny to use. I just think it's a waste to try and hunt for it right now when we have a bunch of Demeter boons we still want. So I'll take clean kill here. Would really love for Demeter to show up, though. She just is not... She doesn't exist this run. We got her special. We got, like, one other boon from her, and that is all she will give us for this entire run, it feels like. Which is really unfortunate, because I had... In typical fashion, I had some builds in mind, or, well, I just want to see her legendary. Why is her legendary so impossible to find? It truly is a legend. It doesn't actually exist. None of that at all. Got him. Okay, cool. That one Revenant. I was committed to not using my special to killing it, and that was a mistake. Like, it's kind of funny, but we got Artemis's legendary before we saw Demeter's legendary, and I started with Demeter. I was building around Demeter. I was trying to, at least. The game said no. We don't even have Arctic Burst, which would be the core of the damage on this build that I was kind of planning around. So, like, ugh, bad RNG. What can you do? it's such as life. All right, let's ramble about something else for a little bit. So I'm hopefully in the near future, Kiwi, going to be making zucchini bread with you, which I'm very much looking forward to. I've talked in previous episodes that zucchini bread is like one of our best recipes for just not necessarily mass producing, but like creating and just, I guess it's like, I'll just say it's one of our tastiest bakes, and it's so easy to make too. 500% more damage on Bull Rush versus Pulverizing Blow. I think I just take Pulverizing Blow, that's fine. Keeps me from, we are, like, how many Artemis rooms have we had now? Artemis is just like, who needs that crunchy old winter lady when you can have me? Succulent hunty lady. Why did I call her succulent? No one should be called succulent. I mean, maybe it's because she's green and she shoots arrows, so she kind of has needles, so she reminds me of a cactus. Don't tell her I said that. She'll probably be mad if I said that. I don't know. I don't know how to justify what I just said, Kiwi. I'm sorry. That's weird. But anyway. So, I'm looking forward to maybe making some zucchini bread with you. We're gonna make a whole bunch, probably share it with some family members if they do end up visiting, or I'll bring them downstate if I end up visiting, because everything is just blocked by snow. I'll eventually have to travel that way anyway. But, I mean, our classic, what would be our classic bakes? It's still the zucchini bread. Honestly, after making that snowflake-shaped Cinnabon, I think that might have to become one of our staple bakes. I want to make another one. I know it's not terribly healthy, but can we make that again at least next New Year's? I want to make it again. It was so good. It was so incredibly good. Zucchini bread, obviously our lemon zest blueberry muffins have to be top tier baked good. Zucchini bread, and then what else? We have our chocolate chip mini muffins are definitely up there. Our apple pie, or any of our pies, is probably up there. I'd say apple pie is number one though, because we make that one like unlike any other pie. It's just so densely packed. It's so good. Oh man, now I'm getting hungry, and I did eat something, but it was just a granola bar.
In the name of Hades.
All right, Artemis, I'm running out of things for you to give me, so we'll take your aid, sure. When we crit with your aid, you're gonna like one-shot a boss, I bet. Honestly, if we can get Greater Call, I toss that out in the heroes fight and see what happens. Oh, Demeter, nice of you to finally show up. Jeez.
I can use this.
All right, come on. Arctic Blast, there we go. Applying 10 stacks of chill causes a blast, clearing the effect, and with that boon, we will be able to get her legendary. There is still a chance, but we know how Styx tends to be. So unlikely, I would say, is at best what we have the chance being. But that is some good damage up for us. We'll gladly take that. And we'll go ahead and toss a palm on Artemis Aid, because I think it'll be funny if that crits, honestly. Sadly, with how bosses have their HP gated, it's very hard to ever see a crit, see one move kill.
I see my brethren failed to thwart your advance. Well, you shall go no further.
Or what I mean is like truly one-shot an enemy, but still. I think we focus down at the Asterius first. He's the bigger threat here for this build. Theseus I can just kite with the Blitz Disc very easily. And frankly, they're both kind of invalidated by the shield. Asterius? Okay. I honestly, you know what, fair. He mind gamed me so hard there, he deserved to get that hit, honestly. He was just running a figure 8 non-stop for so long. He was committed to that, wasn't he? Alright. That's phase 1. I should drop a Sisyphus here so I don't lose a Death Defiance, honestly. So I guess I'll go chase after Theseus for a second, and when he pauses to reload his gun, then we go for the Sisyphusing. Or could I call it the Sisyphusting? No, I should not call it that. That sounds kind of gross. Oops, I'm sorry, Kiwi. Alright, here we go. Drop the Sisyphus, pull out this for the shield, and there we go. Grab the food. I love the bois, he says. Oh goodness, I'm honestly kind of lucky I got out of that unscathed. Arctic Burst is doing work now though, like look at that giant AoE explosion. I'm just gonna sit here and tank this. And then I have Greater Call. Let's go ahead and let's pop Theseus and then just watch them get melted. Theseus, stop running away. Stop running away, Theseus. Oh, hello, Asterius, no. Asterius, no. Asterius, stop defending your best friend. Alright, honestly, I'm just going to toss out the Greater Call and finish him. Go, Artemis! I choose you! Goodbye. Good night indeed, Asterius. A shame that it all focused on him. Oh well. Alright. Theseus is doing a lot of AoEs. I do need to be mindful if he starts running across the field and shooting his little rapid-fire Gatling gun. It'll be a little bit of a problem. I can just kite him through the Blitz Disc, though, fairly easily.
Fiend, who taught you such sloppy technique?
I don't know. Who taught you?
No! Lord Zeus, I call upon your might.
I think we just let him sit in the Blitz Disc, and I'll just focus on dodging for now. Look at all that easy peasy special damage. Well said, Theseus. Goodbye. Ooh, you know what? I'm not paying attention to tight deadline. I should be careful of that. I'm too busy just here having a fun time. Oh, we've honored our good shade. I'm now realizing that I'm down 2 Death Defiances. I should probably be mindful about that. Athena was in this run. Maybe I want Athena to show up and
come up there, boy,
and give us Death Defiances, actually. Oh well. Do I take the Lucky Tooth? Do I really need to take the Lucky Tooth for this? I don't feel like I do. Honestly, I'll just take the Acorn. The Acorn blocks more damage than the Lucky Tooth gives. And, oh, never punished. Never punished. Alright. Fair enough. Do I take both of these on the hope that Demeter gives us her cast? I feel like it's unnecessary, but we'll do it just for shits and giggles.
About this.
And that leaves me with 219 coins, so I'm not going to be able to afford a whole lot in sticks, but I'm sure we'll make quick... We'll fix that relatively quickly. The main issue is, will Demeter give us her cast, or will she give us her legendary? And I know what I want. I know what I want. I've said that from the very start of the run. So we know what I'm going to get, and it's not her legendary. I have no hope. That's if she even shows up here. Let's see. Aphrodite, Artemis. Oh, would you look at that? A Demeter did in fact show up, so there is a chance. There's a non-zero chance.
2.
I think what I'm going to do here, honestly, I'm going to take that Athena room first, and we're going to take her cast. Her cast will lock in the cast slot, which then makes sure that Demeter can't offer her cast, because we're not going to be able to get her duo anyway. Or I guess we could potentially get her duo.
No way.
But my thought process is I want to get as big a chance as possible of getting Demeter's cast. Or, sorry, getting Demeter's legendary? What? Or legendary. I want to have as big a chance of getting Demeter's legendary as possible, and the best way to do that is to block core boon slots that she would otherwise try and take. If Athena doesn't offer her cast, well then I guess we'll try and buy that cheap Artemis boon first, maybe, and take Artemis's cast. I don't know, like, there's a part of me that would be, like, happy with Crystal Clarity just as much as her legendary, but I set out with one boon in mind. And we only get one reroll on it too, mind you, so like if we don't get it, the dream is dead. Why did I take the cast enhancing stuff from that Willow Charon? There's no way to really benefit from it is there? Support fire out here just doing work. Alright, anything to sell here for coin. Clean kill, not a bad option. Passion Dash gives us status privilege. I don't really want to get rid of that. Hunter's Mark we definitely don't sell. Nah, let's just sit with everything. We'll get more coin.
Time to deal with Father's pest problem, I guess.
Ah, shoot, I got clipped by that just barely. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here and tank damage. I was hopeful that the Blitz Disc would be hitting that, but I positioned poorly, unfortunately. That's one mini-boss done. Trying to block damage with the shield, but unfortunately these rats make it so I kind of get punished for sitting on my laurels. I get it. I do have laurels in my hair after all. Can we maybe shoot the mini-boss? Thank you. I appreciate that cast one-shot whatever HP was left on that mini-boss. Okay, alright, final verdict. Do I take the cast slot here? I don't know, Kiwi. Could take the Artemis cast instead and crit with it. I think, honestly, Phalanx Shot does a lot of damage, though. I really don't know what's the best choice here, frankly, and it probably doesn't matter in the end of the day. I guess... I'll take Phalanx Shot, screw it. It doesn't matter. Okay.
And something for Cerberus.
So we've got all of our core boons locked in. Let's go for this mini-boss room. I forgot that Hermes could show up as a actual 6-chamber, because I usually don't see him anywhere elsewhere other than the Charon's shop. Because by now we usually have two Hermes boons, but I guess the way we played, we prioritized other things for this run, I suppose. I think that's fine, though. Alright, Demeter, moment of truth. Are you going to give us your legendary, or are we going to continue to call you the crunchy old winter lady who doesn't know how to share her good things? Look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about RNG too much. I mean, I say this every time I complain about RNG, but realistically speaking, I have had really good luck, all things considered, in a lot of runs recently. And maybe I'm using up all my bad luck for what's coming up in a very soon run, where I really need as good luck as possible to make it happen. We will see. Okay, two-chamber sticks. And there it is, we finally got it. Demeter's legendary at long last, and of course it's going to be the last room of the run that we get it in, but oh well, at least we can use it against Hades, maybe? I don't know if it actually works on him, but chill afflicted foes shatter at 10% HP, inflicting chill nearby. Basically, it's just an execute. As soon as an enemy gets to 10% HP, they are dead.
Perks you right up.
Maybe, you know what? We have 2 Death Defiances. We need some coin. Maybe I go ahead and just do like 1 extra chamber for that Hermes boon or something, just to like see what it's like having this boon in a room with enemies that aren't Hades. Alright, let's see you shatter. Go, shatter. Boom. Okay. I wonder if the shatter damage can crit, because it looks like it can crit. Those numbers look pretty big. Or it's just, maybe it's just enlarged for the emphasis that you are shattering them. But yeah, I think we're pretty good here now.
Not yet.
I don't think it'll be too... The larger chamber might be a little bit of a problem. I'm probably going to take some amount of damage, inevitably. But I think we can manage. Now the question is, I believe I don't need to hit them with a chill afflicted ability for them to pop. I could be mistaken about that, but I'm pretty sure it's just as long as the enemy has the chill affliction, or the chill curse on them, they will get popped as soon as their HP gets below 10%.
Poison again.
Hard to prove that. What's here? Let's tag this a little bit and now just hit it. Unclear. That thing does not have a lot of HP. Oh well. Oh, you know what? I forgot about tight deadline. Thankfully, we still have 6 minutes, but that would have been really bad if if we had less time. Because I just get into the kind of a flow state. I'm doing commentary. I'm chilling. Hades is my chill game. I think I mentioned that before. It's the equivalent of like driving for me. It's like I don't have to think as much when I'm doing it. Of course, if there are like things that need more thought process, then sure, I'm gonna want to like stop talking for a second. But largely, Hades is such a casual, chill experience for me nowadays that I don't have to try hard to have some modicum of success, and when I do, I just switch brain a little bit. It always impresses me, those who do this sort of thing for a living, where they can do consistent commentary even while playing harder games. Because, I mean, it's just like, I don't have the brain capacity to make commentary. I can't be witty and skilled at a game at the same time, it seems. Until I just play them too much to the point where they become second nature. I guess we can take second wind here. Nothing, you know what, greater haste will make us move faster. I'll take that. It's fine. There's a coin pot. We'll grab that. All right. So honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I can't really tell that I have Demeter's legendary. So all this buildup may have been for nothing. Honestly. Oh well.
Doing business.
Let's see. Sweet surrender. Your weak afflicted foes now take 20% more damage. That's awesome. Artemis, what have you got? Exit wounds. Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, let's take exit wounds. That's some extra damage for us. And one palm.
Gods grant me strength.
We'll put that on... Exit wounds is a nice bit of damage. I think I'll put it on exit wounds, yeah. Alright, let's go say goodnight to Dad.
Vigilant Cerberus decides to look the other way this once.
We've had some very long runs. Maybe next episode I'll try and do a speed run so we have a quicker episode, because my goodness, these hour-long episodes have been rough on the throat. But I think I'm done recording for today either way. Kiwi and I have things to do and places to be, namely in our chairs at our computers doing things that are together rather than apart.
Father.
I see that Kiwi has recently downloaded Balatro, which I don't know much about.
I thought you might arrive right about now. Then let us have our fight.
I've heard it's very addicting and very easy to like pick up, play around, and then put down. For me, that's kind of how Hades is, but granted, I acknowledge that an hour is a lot longer than, I don't know how long a round of Balatro lasts, but probably less time than a Hades run. Alright, Dad, do we do the old trick of just sit there and let you tank the damage? Because I can sit here all day. Where are you? There you are. Boom. No, I guess we can bring him down to the safety point, actually.
Now.
Like, so, if you don't know, and I only know this from passive osmosis of having watched the runs themselves, but if you just set up in this corner, you basically can't take damage against Hades while you're using the Blitz Disc. It's really funny and super cheesy. That's why the Blitz Disc is often just a free win, and it's the main reason why it is it was, until it was proven, the theorized best aspect weapon option for beating 64 heat. Now it just is a proven fact that it is the best weapon for beating 64 heat. We have our greater call. Actually, you know what? Here, let's get rid of his friend real quick. Let's try and get rid of this guy so that he can't steal our hit, and then go for this.
I hear you. Fire him.
And there goes Hades' HP. Okay.
Let's finish
nice. Here, have a shield, and I'm just gonna block your AoE.
See you deal with this. You'll burn.
You'll freeze. You can play at that game, Hades. Unfortunately, he's like right in the range. Or he's like right outside of range, but this works. Nope, we're just outside of range again. Unlucky. Alright, so I'm learning the positioning on this a little bit. AI might not be cooperating either, which is a bit of a problem. More lasers for me. Thanks, Dad. I'll stand back here. This time, thankfully I dodged that. Alright, we're almost on phase 2. You know, I'm gonna take a hit just so I can get another, like, juicy true shot from him. Here. Let's pop that pot, pop our Death Defiance. I need a little bit more damage. I want to see how much damage we can do. Oh, really? Okay, there. Okay, we've got Greater Call. I want to apply Weak and Shield so that he takes status privilege damage. And now Artemis, go.
Hi, remember me?
Oh, wow, that was awesome.
Lesser prey. How did you accomplish this?
That slowdown effect with Demeter getting the kill on Hades was actually really cool. We just one-shot his second phase. That felt a little cheesy.
I must go.
That did in fact feel fairly cheesy and pretty darn good. All right, that is what we were building up for the entire run. Yeah, was it overall a fairly lackluster run, but it paid off in the end. So let's honor the big breadwinners on this run. Companion Shady, you get to stay. Winter Harvest, you get to stay. Heartrend, coupled with the special, no, Heartrend, and then Artemis's Aid for sure. We didn't get any other duos this entire run. What is the final? I don't know what the final thing should be here, frankly. So I guess we'll just honor the Blitz disc here. All right, that is our 99th win streak. We are about to have our long-awaited and aimed for 100 straight win streak. Kiwi, in the next episode, I'm betting it all on a very stupid gimmick build. One that we've seen before, but didn't have it come to full fruition, so look forward to that, Kiwi.
As he explores the wonders of the world, Prince Zagreus discovers a quaint farm in which he carelessly trespasses, stepping on a farming tool which swoops up and strikes him in the forehead, fatally.
I like that there are at least 2 canonical deaths for Zagreus that are Looney Tunes inspired, between the that one and the running into a fake tunnel. But all right, there we go. We have finally gotten Demeter's Legendary after all these runs
everyone. You're too kind.
trying to find it. Now we can forget it ever existed.
Good thing you're basically immortal, huh?
Good thing indeed. Good thing for Hades too, because that one must have hurt. I don't think I've ever had that fast a Phase 2 Hades before.
Repairs for all the carnage that you sowed are already underway.
The triple-headed monster Cerberus is dutifully sitting there as ever.
I mean, old father's nice to you at least, isn't he, boy?
Cease bothering the dog.
It's not bothering the dog, Hades, and you know it. He loves this as long as you pet the correct head. The leftmost head is the only head to pet. His left, not ours.
We keep on running into one another lately, don't we, Zag?
One more.
Take care.
But you weren't even on this last run. We didn't run into each other at all. It was just your sisters.
Say, Meg's the featured servant of the house.
We never got to see her with her hair down. I wonder if that... I've seen a image of Meg with her hair down, and I don't know if it's legit or not.
That's too good a deal to pass up.
All right, I said I was going to sit on my fish with the chef for a little bit, so we'll do that.
Guide you, child.
Guide me every night, Nyx.
I am in concert, as perhaps you see, my friend.
It doesn't mean you can't take a break to talk to us, you know.
Oh, hi.
Oh, Dusa, I didn't even see you there. You were hiding.
Nothing gets dirty around here while I am on the job, Your Highness.
The battle against Dust is an ever uphill, unending battle, much in the way of Sisyphus and Boldy. All right, Kiwi, let's say goodnight to Skelly and call it a day.
Okay.
Or night. Or whatever time it is.
What's going on, Skelly?
Oh, Skelly, new dialogue?
Hey, Skelly, what with everything out in the open now, with the Queen and Charon and all that, mind if I mention some of this to Thanatos? Charon's his brother, after all.
Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I guess that part of the old contract no longer applies. So, go right ahead. Appreciate you asking, pal.
Appreciate you answering.
All right, Kiwi.
Use the fists.
So with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. In the next one, look forward to the gimmick build I have been trying to get for so long, and I'm finally committing to. I'm betting my win streak on it, so get ready. Until then, I'll see you in the next one. Sleep well, love.